Jabeur and Tatjana Maria are making their walk along the corridors above centre court. Jabeur, the higher ranked of the two, second best player in the world, the third seed, has the little earbuds, the wireless, where she's got one in the right ear, and she's looking at the walls around her, and she's followed by the 34-year-old Tatjana Maria. Really good friends off court, but nothing being spoken right now as we get an aerial shot and we can see their figures. As all you can see is the red racket bags that they have around their shoulders, resplendent in white. They come through the corridors once more. A fourth meeting between the two, 2-1 in favour of Jabeur, but they last met in 2018, and what a walk this must be for both women. Their first Grand Slam semi-final. The prize on offer is a place in Saturday's Wimbledon singles final. They make their way down the steps now, and remember, this year things have changed. The doors will slide apart and they'll be thrust out into centre court, and Jabeur is at the bottom of the steps looking serious. She has the red racket bag round her shoulder, she has a white bag on her left shoulder. Tatjana Maria is beaming. This is the lady who had never passed the third round in 46 attempts at a Grand Slam. Her best showing was here at Wimbledon, and here she is, the mother of two, just glancing up at the names on the board of who has won this prestigious title over the years. They are both swaying, they're almost in sync as they're swaying from side to side. They're waiting for the go. It is 1:29 on the centre court clock. The spectators have taken their seats. You can hear the murmur from the crowd that's gathered. The cameras are pointing towards these doors that will slide open very shortly, as they do now, and welcome Jabeur, followed by Tatjana Maria, out onto centre court. There is now a smile from Jabeur. The smile stays with Tatjana Maria, and there's a little wave from both of them with their right hand to the crowd out here. This is, Kim Clijsters, a wonderful occasion. It's a Grand Slam semi-final. Two players new to this stage of a Grand Slam, Jabeur and Tatjana Maria.
It is a very, very big occasion, and it'll be very interesting to see who can start this match without having the occasion playing too much of a factor at the start of the match. And I think, as a mother, and you think you've gone through, some life-changing experiences, maybe the impact of it doesn't have, or the moment doesn't have that big of an impact on how you deal with things, right? How does my arm feel a little bit heavier? Is my breathing shorter than normal? And so those are all the things that you kind of deal with when you're new at this stage of a tournament, and yeah, some things that you unexpect that you don't know that they are going to happen, and so you try to deal with it as best as possible while you're playing some of the biggest points and matches of your career. But it's very interesting, and it will be super exciting to watch who will deal with the occasion the best and play their best tennis when it's needed at the biggest stage of their careers.
The coin toss has taken place. The smiles continue. They go to the back of the courts. Really looking forward to this one. We're going to have both semi-finals for you live on Sports Extra. If you're moving around, you're changing to 5 Live, we will keep you up to date across 5 Live as well. But Russell Fuller, the players, are into their warm-up, and we are now just minutes away from this first semi-final getting underway.
And an exciting semi-final it certainly should be. An unlikely semi-final at the start of the championships, but two women with remarkable stories. For Jabeur, who always prides herself as a 100% Tunisian product, becoming the first Arab player, male or female, to reach the semi-finals of a Grand Slam in the Open era, and trying to go one step further, as she said of a conversation with Hicham Arazi, the former Moroccan player who reached 4 Grand Slam quarterfinals in his career. He told her, Arabs always lose in the quarterfinals and we're sick of it. Well, she has been able to go at least one round further. And she now plays a mother of two, Tatjana Maria, who turns 35 next month. She'd never been past the third round of a Grand Slam before these Wimbledon championships, but what an incredible run she has had. And to make matters all the more intriguing, they are very close, these two. It's a women's semi-final of talent, personality and friendship.
Jabeur serving now, and she's done it.
My best friend.
And Ons Jabeur, the third seed here, she's into the semi-finals.
Game, set, match for Tatjana Maria, who cannot believe it.
That's my best friend.
It will be really nice to play Ons because Ons is, part of our family.
She really suffered to win rounds in the Grand Slams, and look at her now. She's a semi-final after having 2 babies. It's really an amazing story.
My best friend.
She's such an amazing person and friend, and it will be nice to play her.
I just saw Charlotte, her older one, and I was like, are you gonna cheer for me or for your mom? And she was like, for both. I was like, I take it.
So those are the 2 contenders, Ons Jabeur and Tatjana Maria. The winner to play, Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan, or the 2019 champion Simona Halep in the final on Saturday afternoon. So we've spoken about their stories, Kim Clijsters and Marion Bartoli. We shouldn't forget their rankings. Jabeur at number 2 in the world, Maria at 103. So that would suggest a foregone conclusion. There's only one winner. What do you think?
Right, I think on paper, you know, it very clear who is the favorite. But again, I think Marion, you know, speaking out of experience, and when you get to this stage of the tournament, there's so much more that gets added to it, right? And there's, you know, the confidence and just, yeah, dealing with the big occasion. And it's such an amazing opportunity for both women. And I think Ons is, you know, definitely the more experienced player, but by experience at this stage of a tournament, they don't have, you know, they're equal.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it will be very interesting to see. I think it's going to be really important for Tatjana to also, instead of, you know, doing a lot of her slices, to make sure that she also hits enough balls and goes for enough winners. So we'll see. We don't have a crystal ball, but definitely on paper, Ons Jabeur is the big favorite.
She's had easier passage to the semi-finals. Jabeur, she's dropped just the 1 set against Marie Buzkova in the quarter-finals. Also fair to say she's had a pretty good draw so far. Qualifiers in rounds 1 and 2. She's not faced a top 30 player. The highest seeded opponent she's played was the 31st seed, Elise Mertens, in the 4th round, while Maria has had 4 matches that have gone the distance. In round 2, she was loved 3 down in the final set to Sorana Castella before coming through. She beat the 5th seed, Maria Sakkari, in straight sets in the 3rd round. Against Yelena Ostapenko, she had to save 2 match points. She won the decider 7-5, and it was a similar story in the quarterfinal as she beat her fellow German Jule Niemeyer 7-5, having been 4-2 down. So it's been a struggle, but here she is, in the sunshine that Gigi promised us, which has arrived just in time on centre court on ladies' semi-finals day. And the first of these matches coming up for you now on Sports Extra on the BBC Sounds app.
Tatjana Maria to serve. Ready? Play.
The voice you can hear is that of Richard Haig, who is our British chair umpire. Tatjana Maria in front of the royal box, getting this semi-final underway. The first serve is too big. The second serve to the forehand of Ons Jabeur, who's hitting a forehand cross-court. There's a slice forehand by Maria, forcing it to the back of the court. Good depth again from the German player. Cross-court with a forehand she goes, and Jabeur nets with an attempted forehand down the line.
I mean, I think one element is important. Is also, let's face it, Ons know that to get this kind of a draw in a semi-final, it's a major opportunity. And she has all the pressure on her shoulder because she's the one that is supposed to win, because based on paper and ranking, she's overwhelming the favorite to this match, and that can add just a little bit of more pressure that if you're not used to it at that stage of a tournament becomes tricky. But she has a lot of tools into her game, and that drop shot from the backhand is absolutely one of them.
The drop shot service return winner, we're going to see plenty of those. It was off a second serve, but that is something that Ons Jabeur enjoys playing.
Yep, second point of the match. She started.
15 all. Maria with another first serve into the net. She's wearing a white visor. Jabeur at the far end has the white bandana. Forehand into the net from Jabeur. Didn't time that at all as she would wish. She's won such a huge volume of matches over the last 18 months on Jabeur. Much more used to winning matches at the highest level than Tatjana Maria. 83-1 since the start of last year. No one on tour has won more than that. But Maria has won her second title as a professional this year on the main WTA tour when she won in Bogota. Slice backhand from her. She has 30-15. It's a drop shot, only just reached by Jabeur, and that's long with a forehand down the line by Maria, the world number 103.
30 all.
Tatjana Maria has such a different type of game. You'll never play another player who has, you know, that kind of rhythm out there, and it's, you can just tell that Ons is just trying to read the rhythm a little bit.
Good serve from Maria, but her follow-up backhand slice into mid-court has hit the tape, and so she's break point down in the opening game of the semi-final.
I just hope for her that she doesn't run out of steam, because as you said, Russell, she had so many matches that she had to come from behind and really went all the way down to 7-5 or 7-6 in the third. Those are grueling.
Backhand cross-court volley from Maria, trying to save the break point, and Jabeur misses her chance. A drop shot cross-court, which just dances on the tape and bounces back her side. She was outside the top 250 in the world in March, Maria. Hardly surprising, given that she'd had time out of the tour for her second child, Cecilia, who's about 15 months old now. Forehand hit cross-court by Jabeur, slice forehand from Maria. Forehand Jabeur, little tentative. Again, bounces on top of the net and lands over. Heavy slice backhand from Maria. A very, very high drop shot from Ons Jabeur, which with all the time in the world is hit away down the line on the forehand for a winner by Maria.
Advantage, Maria.
I can't recall another semi-final I've commentated or seen when I was playing with those kind of shots in the first game.
I mean, there's probably
that
more
was definitely
slices.
not our game style with Kim. I think it's fair to say.
But we've seen more slices, I think, than
we play throughout our career.
probably.
In one game.
But that it makes it very interesting, and that's why I believe that this is not all in, like, not as easy as people might think for Ons Jabeur.
Maria thought she served a double fault there. She was surprised to see it drop in. Now she can't quite reach the volley. Ons Jabeur going cross-court with a forehand, and it's deuce for a second time in the opening game.
It's also a matter of who's going to be patient a little bit longer, right? Who's going to make the right decision at the right time. But once you start going in that slice rally, who can, you know, we saw Ons go with that drop shot that was kind of like out of nowhere, wrong decision. So who can be a little more patient than the other?
Deuce, good deep return by Jabeur, who's coming forward to hit the forehand onto the junction of sideline and baseline, I think. Maria wants to challenge, but this could be a break point for Jabeur. Exactly that. Just in.
Advantage, Jabeur. Tatjana Maria has 2 challenges remaining.
Second break point. Second serve. Maria to the forehand of Jabeur. Tatjana Maria hits the forehand down the line. Jabeur with the backhand, a low volley from Maria. Jabeur with the lob, not high enough. The smash from Maria. A volley from Maria to save a second break point.
It's almost like Ons has been losing her pace a little bit, because there's a difference. Obviously, it's quite large when Tatjana is going for the slice, when she really reduced the pace compared to when she attacked the ball. And I think Ons is trying to really figure it out, when to hit the ball, when to go for more, when to slow down, when to play the drop shot. It's not easy.
Deuce. Maria's second serve. Slice forehand return by Jabeur. Forehand cross-court deep for Maria, is coming into the net, and her volley is glorious. Just slicing that backhand volley cross-court.
That was well executed. That was not an easy volley to put out.
So far, we've seen her come to the net a few times already this game. Definitely a big part of her game plan, I think, is trying to bring Ons forward a little bit with the shorter slice.
She has the game point. Forehand return, Jabeur. Maria with the forehand to Jabeur's forehand. That's hit cross-court. A forceful slice forehand cross-court from Maria, but excellent depth and power on the return from Jabeur. And when Maria tries to play the same shot, she goes long.
And I think that the shot that we just saw, you know, the forehand of Ons Jabeur with a little more power behind it, deep into the baseline, that's going to take, you know, the game that Tatjana wants to play away from her.
There's likely to be never a dull moment in this match.
No, we'll see some surprising, unusual decisions out there.
Forehand from Jabeur, trying to attack that serve a little bit more. The slice forehand from both these players, and Maria goes wide with the backhand. So this is break point number 3 of an increasingly long opening game of the semi-final.
Well, and I think, again, I mean, the players Tatjana played against in the previous round just don't like to play those slices. They just want to receive pace and hit through pace. But I think Ons just love to play the sort of cat and mouse game.
Good serve from Maria, and she can hope to get a few points on that serve, that slightly bigger first serve. It's into the net from Jabeur.
I played against Tatjana the end of last year when we played World Team Tennis. And it's interesting. It's such an unusual kind of game style in front of you that it's just tough to...
How did you find it? You could hit through?
I think with my power, I think, you know, you had enough speed to keep her kind of on her back foot.
Forehand from Jabeur into the middle of the court. The backhand is pushed to the back of the court by Maria, enough to win the point as Jabeur misses with the forehand. Do you think modern players are less adept at dealing with this sort of game style because it's all been about power from the baseline over the last 10 years or so?
I think we have been more used to be able to come to the net. And I think on someone that slices a lot, if you hit a good shot and you start to get inside the court and come to the net, it's a little bit easier to finish the point off. But, I mean, I played against Tatjana 15 years ago, 2007. That's the last time I played against her. That was a long time ago.
Jabeur's gone along with the forehand there. So Maria holds 5 deuces, 3 break points saved. The 34-year-old mother of 2's on the board, Gigi.
Lots of smiles in the Maria box, as there should be, as the sun finally breaks free from the clouds. But the last time we spoke to David Law, he was getting in contact with Rafa Nadal's agent to find out where he would be practicing. And David, you now have eyes on Rafa Nadal.
Yeah, because the confusion arose because we were told court 10. What they meant was practice court 10. So that's in a completely different part of the entire place. But anyway, I found that now. He is out there. He's hitting balls at the moment with Marc Lopez, who's part of his team. And we've been told that he's got this 7mm tear in his abdominals that we've had reported this morning from a scan. And funny enough, just over to my left at the moment, we've got Novak Djokovic going through his practice routine. He looks absolutely fine. And ironic that it would have been about 15, 16 months ago that Djokovic, in a match also against Taylor Fritz that went 5 sets, had an abdominal tear during that match. And he reported after the tournament that his was quite a lot bigger. It was 17mm long. It grew to over 25mm, his abdominal tear, and actually referenced back to a match that Nadal played in 2009 at the US Open, where he had a 9mm abdominal tear, so similar kind of length to this one. But he said after his match against Juan Martín del Potro in the semi-finals, it grew to 27mm. It was 3 times as large after the match, and he said in hindsight, not a good decision. So we'll see what Rafael Nadal decides to do, but he is here, he is practicing.
Thank you very much, David. So 7mm doesn't sound all that bad. Having gone through all that, we'll keep an eye on things there. Result for you. Alfie Hewitt has beaten Gordon Reid in the wheelchair singles quarter-final, 6-2, 3-6, 6-4. Back to centre court. And when you were hearing that news, Kim Clijsters, about the tear, have you gone through something similar size?
I did. And it was, you know, I started with a really small tear at the start of the tournament. So because it was my last Wimbledon, I said, okay, you know, I want to play. Was able to win. But after every match, kind of went to see the doctors. They did the ultrasound. They saw the tear get bigger. Match by match, it got bigger and bigger. And eventually to a point where, you know, it just, okay, it becomes unable to deal with or unable to play with. And the unlucky thing is that, like I said earlier, it's only something that affects the serve and the overheads. You're fine hitting your forehands and your backhands, but it's the serve. And so I think Rafa is not going to do any serves today, and I think he's happy to be out on practice court 10 all the way in the back.
Lots of eyes on him nonetheless, though. 40-30, Jabeur serving into the net. First game to Maria in the first of the ladies' semi-finals here on centre court. We're on Sports Extra this afternoon On the BBC Sounds app, the forehand hit by Jabeur, the backhand slice by Maria, backhand slice Jabeur, backhand slice Maria. Jabeur will hit this to the backhand slice of Maria. Jabeur with another backhand slice. Down the line, Maria, the slice battle continues. Now, cross-court with a forehand Jabeur. A flatter backhand from the Tunisian, winning her the point. As Maria nets, and Jabeur holds the 30, and she has also held in her opening service game.
But that's really the game style that Ons has to use today. I can totally see Kim doing that all day long against Tatjana last year. It's just, as soon as she gives you a little bit more air on the ball, just come take it really early and opening the court on the other side. And then, you know, sometimes even sneak into the net after that.
Yep.
1 game all.
15 love.
Service winner from Maria. Amazing to think that Novak Djokovic in Australia, the story that David was detailing there, went on to win the title that year. Yeah. So,
amazing.
Let's not write Rafa off just yet.
No, no.
Forehand return from Jabeur. It was a good serve that by Maria, but the German player has gone just a little bit long. We'll talk more over the next 24 hours about just how many times you can lob an opponent with a stomach muscle problem, whether that would be detrimental to your own strategy.
That's just a nasty tactic.
If you try and do it too frequently.
Just because a little bit every time.
He was smashing yesterday, Nadal, but he was very careful with those smashes and he was placing it, almost paddling it back in court. But that's a debate for another day as the backhand slice from Jabeur is over the baseline.
Maybe that's those second serve that she has to take on the rise and just start to attack those backhands. Also, I'm not sure starting the rally with a slice is the best tactic for her for today. I know she's used to do that usually, but I think today she has to go for a little bit more with the pace.
Yeah, because she gotta have somebody standing in front of her who plays the game like she likes to play it a little bit, right?
Exactly.
30-15, very short ball for Jabeur, opts to return on the drop shot, and Maria gets racket underneath ball, but is unable to clear the net.
30 all.
Just looking over at the box of Tatjana Maria, none of the kids are in there, so they're not. I'm sure they're watching it on TV from the crèche. Maybe they'll be out there a little bit later.
Good serve down the middle from Maria. The backhand volley is deep. The lob from Jabeur. Maria backpedaling, hits the smash. Jabeur hits the backhand down the line. Inside the baseline now, Jabeur hits the forehand onto the baseline. Now she should put the smash away, and she does very comfortably indeed.
It's a very good defense, offense, turnaround.
Yeah. More aggressive tennis from...
No, she has to. Honestly, today I think the more she will be able to hit through her balls and just find a way to get to the net, the more successful she will be.
So a break point for Jabeur here. A backhand slice from Maria, who's at the net, and Jabeur has missed the opportunity. Cross-court with the backhand into the net. Her 4th break point of the match so far, but all have been saved by Tatjana Maria. Doesn't look totally confident or settled yet, Jabeur. She's had these opportunities.
Yeah, and she's also a player who likes to take the power from the opponent away, right? She likes the harder hitters.
Double fault, Maria.
She likes those harder hitters that she can kind of break down with her variety of her game, whereas now this is something, you know, she's the one who has to dictate the points and is the one who has to step in and be dominant and create the pace from her own racket, which is not something that she's used to a lot.
Another break point. It was a good first serve and an excellent return by Jabeur, who's hitting a backhand cross-court. Slice backhand into the net from Maria, and the pressure eventually has told. Early stages, but Jabeur does have the break and leads this first set 2-1, Gigi.
We mentioned there's action taking place around the championships today, and I gave you the result with Alfie Hewitt coming through against Gordon Reed. That puts Alfie into the semi-finals of the gentlemen's singles wheelchair competition. On court 1, we have the semi-finals of the gentlemen's doubles. Raji Ram and Joe Salisbury, they're the top seed pair. They're the world #1s. They're up against the Aussie pair. They are the 14th ranked pair, Matt Abden and Max Purcell, and the first set has gone the way of Ram and Salisbury. Remember the controversy with Hawkeye against the Frenchman in their previous round, Ram and Salisbury. But so far, things are going along smoothly out here today. And then don't forget, following this, we'll have Simona Halep against Elena Rybakina to follow. The crowd continues to make their way in. The sun is desperately trying to make an appearance. I think that's coming a little bit later, but there is no rain in the forecast. It is semi-finals day. We're at Wimbledon, and there is an awful lot to enjoy as Jabeur heads to the back of the court. The overwhelming favourite to win this one, but Kim and Marion, as you rightly said at the start, is how you handle the pressure, how you handle the occasion, because, Russell, this is a big occasion for both women.
Yes, a huge, huge opportunity. Tatjana Maria would not expect to be in too many more Grand Slam semi-finals, given that she's in her mid-30s now. And Ons Jabeur is 27. You think she's going to have many, many more chances, but Wimbledon semi-finals don't come along too often, as both Kim and Marion will be able to tell you. Can she seize the moment? She leads by 2-1, but she finds herself love 15 down here.
Oh, we played few of them. If you just cumulated our results.
Slice forehand from Maria. Forehand down the line by Jabeur is into the net.
I think it's more the forehand of Ons today with her grip that's going to struggle on the slice from Tatjana, because it's hard for her to get that racket head underneath the ball.
Right, to create more pace.
Acceleration, yeah.
Love 30 down and missing a first serve, Jabeur.
But I think so far, Tatjana Maria is definitely in this match. She's playing her game well. Hasn't made, you know, it's been good. We've seen a lot of good rallies.
Along with the forehand, Maria.
So the nerves are definitely, I mean, I'm sure they're there, but she has them under control and they're not influencing her game that she wants to play out here.
15-30. Jabeur serving long. She's only served 2 double faults in the entire championships on Jabeur so far. Backhand slice by Maria. The forehand hit by Jabeur cross court. Jabeur reaching for a forehand. She turns it into a drop shot. Wonderfully well played.
Well, the shots she's going once again to use a lot. It's her pattern anyway, but she knows as well that Tatjana loves to move from the back of the court side to side, but her speed moving forward is a little less. Therefore, it's double time a good option today.
30 all. Jabeur trying to consolidate the break of serve. Forehand hit by her. Deep into the court. Good reply by Maria. Invites the drop shot from Jabeur. What doesn't? A drop shot from Maria. And cross court goes Jabeur. And places that forehand cross court, tantalizingly out of Tatjana Maria's reach.
40-30.
Still no sign of 8-year-old Charlotte in the players' box. She would be very welcome. You have to be 5, don't you, to be allowed to sit on centre court. So Cecilia's a little bit too young for that.
Well, she never came to one of her mom's match throughout the championship. She was always at the crèche, because sometimes I was going there to see Camelia and she was just looking on TV.
It's more fun in the crèche. You can watch and you can play. Backhand from Jabeur. The volley is left by Maria because she thought that was going to go wide, and eventually the call did come, just missing the sideline. But again, it was one of those tantalizing, floaty approaches from the Tunisian. Deuce. Maria trying to break back immediately. Good deep serve from Jabeur. Cross-court forehand with more power. Squash shot forehand from Maria. Jabeur looking more decisive, coming into the net, playing the volley and winning the point as Maria goes wide with the backhand.
Smart play from Ons Jabeur to kind of step into the court a little bit more, open up
the angles.
Tatjana, right, to her forehand. She hit a ball outside of the tram lines, and Ons Jabeur moved in nicely and finished the point off with a backhand volley.
Game point, Jabeur missing the first serve. Or maybe 8-year-old Charlotte is a budding diplomat and she says, "Mummy, I just can't choose between you and my good friend Ons Jabeur. I don't know whose box to sit in." Slice backhand from Maria. Jabeur with the forehand onto the slice backhand of Maria. Jabeur's slice backhand. Maria's slice backhand. They are floating these balls to the back of the court, and then a change of direction and a little bit of pace too. A down-the-line backhand from Ons Jabeur, and she leads this first set 3-1.
Jabeur leads.
And you can see just having a little bit more pace, or the option to hit through the ball coming from Ons Jabeur's game is really making the difference so far in that match. For Tatjana, she's a little bit more struggling to really inject some pace, and especially on the backhand side.
3-1 down, but the first point goes to Maria.
15 love.
Good first serve. Jabeur nets.
She has a very good first serve pace, though. She's almost every time over 110.
Good placement, yeah.
Backhand return from Jabeur. Forehand into the net, Maria.
15 all.
Just hard for her to close the racket on the forehand.
Right, you could tell that that's, you know, it's not a natural way for her to play, right? It's to step in and go for winners, and when she tries to, it almost feels like she's forcing herself.
It's true.
But that's what she has to do here, because otherwise it's going to be very hard to make
Forehand
winners.
hit by Maria. She's picked that up very nicely from the baseline. She's coming forward behind the backhand slice. She tries to reach the forehand volley. Jabeur chases it down. The volley from Maria, not quite high enough. And that's powered away, a dry volley winner from Jabeur.
15
That's where Tatjana has to take her time, regroup, and just calm things down, because that set is starting to slip away from her hands quite quickly now. She did really well to save some break points earlier on, but she's in danger every time on her service game.
15-30. Forehand reply from Jabeur. The backhand from Maria. A drop shot. And it works. Jabeur barely making contact with the ball.
It's such a big movement, that slice that she hits, right? Like,
And
she takes her
cut it
racket
really
back,
hard, yeah.
and like she extends her arm through and really cuts under the ball.
30 all. Big point this for Maria. Hits the forehand down the line. She's moving Jabeur around. Forehand from Jabeur cross court and into the net.
There's someone in Tatjana's player's box that is just going up his chair every time she's winning a point, and that's not her husband, so I wonder who it is. He has a white cap. He's leaning forward onto the box, almost wanting to play the shot for her.
Good serve down the tee, but the backhand slice approach is long by Maria.
Yes, everybody part of the team, you know, are enjoying this moment, but also realize how big the moment is, and I'm sure everybody has a little bit more nerves today when they woke up, or even yesterday when they, you know, were thinking about what was happening today. It's such a unique occasion to be at the end of a Grand Slam, especially here at Wimbledon.
Forehand winner from Maria. Outside the top 100 in the world she is. Not totally unusual at Wimbledon. Mirjana Lucic-Baroni was 134 in the world, reached the last four in 1999. Zheng Ji, 2008, from 133 in the world. And we shouldn't forget Serena Williams, who was 181 in the world when she got to the final in 2018.
Right.
Bit of an asterisk by that ranking, because of course she had a baby, and she is Serena Williams, but nonetheless she was 181 in the world. Forehand cross court from Jabeur, drilled hard into the corner to keep the game alive.
And she had 23 Grand Slams already behind her.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of experience here at Wimbledon on this court.
Well, you're a bit the same when you look at the US Open statistics, because you won it as an unranked player.
Don't go by there, Russell, please. I still didn't get over that loss that I got to Kim that year. So please don't remind me that US Open.
I remember thinking that last year. We think Emma Raducanu's special at 150 in the world winning the US Open, but you did it as an unranked player, as that is punched into the net by Jabeur.
I had to face Kim twice in 3 weeks. I was like, I have enough. That's it. That's all I can take.
Yeah. Sorry, Morgan.
Forehand reply by Jabeur, the forehand from Maria. Maria will slice her forehand aggressively from the baseline. She has the advantage. She's 1-3 down in the opening set of this ladies' semi-final on 5 Live Sports Extra. And that is long from Maria with a forehand after another of those very, very high drop shots from Jabeur, which really needed to be punished.
Well, she tried to go under spin, actually, also, and making that sort of reverse drop shot, but totally missed the execution. And just Tatjana, once again, as Kim said, it's just not natural for her to go for winners. She just, you know, it's
still a little bit of a weird decision, though, from Ons, right?
Yeah.
It's the second time she's done a shot like that.
It's deuce. It's a forehand down the line from Maria, into the net with a backhand Jabeur.
Advantage, Maria.
It's funny to see both players. Tatjana Maria is a player who's very energetic, right? Her feet are constantly moving, taking little steps even, just before the serve. Like she's jumping around a little bit, whereas Ons is a lot more compact out there. She's steady on her feet.
Service winner there from Maria, so she has held on another tight game. 3 deuces on that occasion, but no break points for the first time on the German serve, and it's Jabeur with a 3-2 lead with a solitary break, Gigi.
Beautiful sunshine now bathing centre court as more spectators make their way in to take their seats. The ball boys and ball girls will go through a change. And we were just talking there about the children of Tatjana Maria. She has Charlotte, she has Cecilia, and you've probably seen pictures of Ons Jabeur with the children of Tatjana Maria. Well, here she is on her relationship with the two of them.
I know more Charlotte because she speaks and older. She plays really well tennis, and I played a little bit with her in Indian Wells, so it was fun. And she's someone that really loves tennis and loves the players and loves me as a player, I think, and that really touched me very much. Also, the younger one is really cute. She's always smiling. You can see the great energy of kids, and I love that about them.
Cecilia and Charlotte, the children of Tatjana Maria, and Charlotte, at the age she is now, she understands what her mother is doing. She's on court practicing with her mother every morning. She has a real feel, and I think, Marion, about your daughter. I know she's still young, but she's sitting in the basket of balls out on the court with you. And Kim, in 2009, Jada was on court with you and you lifted the US Open trophy. These are just wonderful, wonderful moments that you are able to share.
That's the most beautiful picture. It was
nice.
so emotional. She just ran to her mom. Oh my God.
But she was so little. She doesn't remember anything about it. And that's why it's so nice for Charlotte. She gets to go out, she gets to experience all this. And I saw her yesterday. She was doing interviews for French journalists. And she does it with such an easy thing. They go out every morning at 8:30. I think they go to the indoor courts. They're practicing. So it is. It's definitely an experience that is, unusual maybe to some, but it's such a great environment to be in.
It is the most amazing experience for her, isn't it? Of course, she will have known nothing else. 3-2, Jabeur with the smash, wins the first point on the serve. She may find her secondary school years are less glamorous, because it may well be that they are settled by then in Florida or wherever they decide to be, and she's going to have to go to school every single morning.
That's what my daughters are.
Actually,
she's like, I didn't have to go to school then. I'm like, no.
I think Charlotte is doing homeschooling.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have to, wouldn't she, if she's on the tour as often as she is.
Mm. But traveling the world is such an amazing experience, right? You learn so much, and seeing different cultures, being around our sport and traveling the world.
Forehand cross-court. That was very cleanly struck by Jabeur, so a good start, a slightly more authoritative start to this service game.
Right, it's almost like she stepped out on court after the changeover on Jabeur with, okay, enough of this playing around with Tatjana's game. I need to be the one who's dictating the points from now on.
Yes, exactly. That's what's been missing, isn't it? I am the world number 2. I need to try and impose myself on Tatjana Maria. Not easy to do, as we've seen, but there are 101 places between them in the world ranking. Slice backhand from Maria. The forehand hit down the line by Jabeur. The backhand volley from Jabeur. The lob from Maria is going to land on the sideline. And Jabeur very casually running back there and facing the royal box. Just tries to hit one without looking down the line.
And I think the point that we just saw is a little bit of the older Ons Jabeur from the past, right? Is kind of being so laid back, and I think she has to be a little bit careful, because the fact that she knows Tatjana so well, the fact that her game kind of can make her kind of play along with it a little bit. It might, she has to make sure that she stays focused if she wants to.
She could certainly have got into a better position to return that ball, couldn't she? Forehand cross-court from Maria. Jabeur has gone long with the forehand, and after those more decisive first couple of points, she seems to have reverted to the way she started the match.
That's also the problem. I mean, when it's your first time to a stage of, and especially a slam, it's all those nerves that start to creep in, and then if you don't feel your game really well, you just start to question everything a little bit more. What should I do? Where should I go? Should I come to the net? Should I don't? And that's when you're sort of losing your momentum as well. So she really has to make sure that she keeps on moving her feet, get over all those balls, placing them well and come to the net on Jabeur. That's her
She's
game.
doing exactly that there. A nice rally, patience from the baseline, coming forward when the opportunity arose, hitting a forehand winner, and game point for a 4-2 lead now.
And when you're nervous, you fall back to your habits, right? And sometimes those are not the best habits, or the game that you should be playing. And
that's true.
But you kind of sometimes lose track of what the game plan is supposed to be. Oh, she's challenging.
Left centre service line. Ball's got out.
The service certainly not working as well as she would like it to at the moment, Jabeur. She's won just 50% of her points on first serve, landing fewer than half of those first serves, and that was another miss. So a second serve, but she still has a game point, and this for a 4-2 lead. Slice backhand from Maria, forehand down the line, Jabeur. Maria's forehand to the backhand of Jabeur. She's worked that beautifully cross-court, getting on top of the ball, powering through it, and she has held and leads 4-2.
Well, that's really the shot that I think Tatjana has to avoid. If she tried to give some hair to her forehand and go down the line to On's backhand, then she opened up the whole cross-court. You just have to take the ball early, play cross-court. It's a winner all day long. She really has to stop this pattern.
And the person in Tatjana's box who was standing up and who was being quite vocal just got told off by Tatjana to kind of like, calm down, dude. Maybe you're getting on my nerves a little bit.
And who even are you?
Yeah, right.
I've never seen you in my life. 4-2. Ons Jabeur leads. Her forehand cross-court to the forehand cross-court of Maria. Down the line, Maria. Ooh. It's a winner. I don't think there was a single slice in that rally.
No.
15 love.
I think that's why she has been able to, get all those wins, because she went on to different patterns during her matches. I mean, it was the same against Maria Sakkari. You think that Sakkari has a lot of power and she can definitely hit her out of the court, but she tricks you out with so many different shots.
Another powerful rally. Jabeur now coming forward behind the forehand cross-court, and an amazing pick-up on the half volley from Jabeur, who has now netted. And she has her hands on her hips and a huge smile on her face. There were some extraordinary touch shots around the net, and the point has gone the way of Tatjana Maria.
What a volley. That was a full pirouette.
Yeah, Ons Jabeur did the 360 out here while she hit the ball.
30 love.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the half volley, a 360-degree turn, the drop shot from Maria, and Jabeur was so close to the net that she just couldn't get it up quickly enough.
It just shows how good the hands are of both these girls, because what they did was definitely not easy to do.
Maria at 30 love, forehand from Maria, long, so she seems to be trying to be more aggressive in this game.
Both, right? It's just try to find that balance between being patient, when do I step in, kind of reading your opponent's game. When your opponent is being more aggressive, I need to be a little bit more aggressive too. So it's kind of like a game of chess in a way.
Maria has 30-15. This is a second serve. Backhand hit by Jabeur and forcing the error from Maria. She was trying to get her feet out of the way. She was pinned back behind the baseline. Yeah. She's put a backhand into the net.
A nice deep return from Ons Jabeur.
Yeah. Maybe those legs are starting to be a little bit heavier than maybe when they were a week ago, because
she was tired yesterday. Yeah. She's telling me, oh, my body is hurting so much.
Exactly.
2-4, 30 all.
But the adrenaline can do wonders.
Slice forehand return from Jabeur. Cross-court with a forehand, Maria. Slice forehand. One of those really aggressive slices, knifing into the ball and just going wide. And she's pointing to those in the player's box again.
Well, her husband is constantly exchanging with that guy that we can't figure out what his name is. Sorry for him. And I think that's starting to get into her nerves as well. And she feels like it's a little bit too much exchange and everyone is starting to get way too animated.
Break point, Jabeur. Slice forehand, Maria, who's in at the net now. The passing chance for Jabeur. She wins the game. She breaks. Maria can't control the forehand volley. And it's a decisive lead now in this first set after 35 minutes, with Jabeur leading and has a double break advantage by 5 games to 2. Gigi.
Thank you very much, Russell. Now, still to come, we have the second semi-final, Simona Halep against Elena Rybakina, that's to come. And we also today have the mixed doubles final. Neil Skupski representing Great Britain taking part in that, and that follows both the semi-finals. On court now to keep you up to date with Raji Ram and his partner Joe Salisbury, the top seeds. They are on serve in the second set against Ebden and Purcell, having taken the first set. It's Ram and Salisbury serving out deuce and 2-3. A little while ago, I brought you news of Alfie Hewitt coming through against Gordon Reed in the quarterfinals of the wheelchair singles. I can tell you that Lucy Shuka is up against Momoko Otani of Japan. Very early stages of their semi-final. Lucy Shuka has been in some fabulous form this year, but it's the Japanese player who served first and who has held serve. We'll continue to keep you up to date with everything taking place. The sunshine looks like it's here to stay. The clouds are passing and they're white, not grey anymore. The cameras are up, the jugs of Pimm's, the bottles of champagne. Everybody is enjoying themselves on ladies' semi-finals day. Well, maybe not quite so much Tatjana Maria right now, because Ons Jabeur getting ready with new balls to serve for the set.
5-2.
Settle down, thank you.
Very, very handy advantage. Only 2 African women have ever reached a Grand Slam final, and they were in the 1920s and the 1950s. Irene Bauder Peacock and Renee Schumann, both representing South Africa. Ace for Jabeur, 3 points away from taking the first set. But the significance for Jabeur from North Africa, from Tunisia, as she serves the second consecutive ace. She's the first Arab player, male or female, even to reach this stage of a Grand Slam. Looking to make very quick work of the game that she needs to take the set. This first serve is into the net, though. What a contrast to Roland Garros, where she lost to Magda Linette in the opening round on the opening afternoon on the Philippe Chatrier court. The expectations were high. That's long the slice for Maria. And these are 3 set points to Ons Jabeur.
I think for Tatjana, once again, it's not easy because you can tell she's fatigued and it has been really a long fortnight. And she's trying to get some energy, she's trying to get her body going, but just not happening so far. And it was tight at the beginning of that first set, but then now the games are starting to unfold quite quickly.
Set point number 1, second serve, slice backhand Maria. Jabeur's forehand, Maria with the backhand, which is long.
6 games to 2.
So the set ended in a very one-sided game, but Ons Jabeur has looked increasingly authoritative, having struggled early on to really impose herself on her good friend, but the scoreboard does not lie, Gigi. First set to her by 6 games to 2.
Yeah, completed 38 minutes. 8 of those minutes began... I don't know, Marion, what are you doing? You're wafting your arms at me. You've got to go and play.
Yeah, 2:30,
Marion.
and I have to change myself.
Oh,
So
no,
I think
we're
it's-
losing, Marion. Right, I wonder what you were
it's a
doing.
time when I have to say I'm so sorry.
Oh, you've got to
I have
go,
to
have you,
leave
Marion?
you guys.
Okay, good luck. Good luck.
Well, that's what I need, is luck.
Yeah, no,
if
good
I
luck.
can stand for now on that court, I would be happy.
Against who are you
Marion,
playing?
it's always a pleasure.
Oh, we're playing against Goran and Mary, and I'm not looking forward to that slice to
Mary
my backhand
Pierce.
from
Yeah.
Goran.
Well,
I mean, no.
It'll be fun. You'll have some
Well,
good laughs too.
I hope to have fun.
Yeah,
Good luck,
you will.
Marion. As
Thank
2013
you,
champion.
guys. Thank you.
Marion Bartley off to do her stuff on the tennis court. Right, so 6-2 first set here. Second semi-final to come. Before that, we'll have a second, possibly a third set of this semi-final. But elsewhere around the ground, we've been keeping you up to date with scores. We've also been keeping you up to date with Rafa Nadal and what he's up to. And David Law, you have been, I don't know if you still are, but you have been watching Nadal.
Yeah, still watching him, actually. He's going through a few services at the moment. He's wearing a bright fluorescent T-shirt. We can barely see him. He's out of view. Very cleverly positioned himself out of our gaze. However, me at 6'7" and the very tall Pam Shriver, multiple doubles champion here, we can see him, can't we, Pam? What do you think?
Well, I'm actually surprised, David, that Rafa's hitting as many serves today as he is. I watched his practice 2 days ago. I was there for like 50 minutes. He didn't hit one serve. But you kind of see he's tossing it out to the left. He's doing like the safe serve where he's not arching his back. He's not going to risk aggravating the abdominal strain. But obviously, day before a semi that's so big, he wants to psychologically have some kind of a half-normal warm-up, but obviously his serve's just maybe a little more than half pace.
There's no way of knowing exactly how he feels and how far he can push his body right now in the context of a competitive match, but In your experience, this injury, what should we expect?
Well, I feel like if it was a player who relied on their serve, let's say it was Nick Kyrgios who had this kind of injury, it might be curtains, right? But when you think about Rafa, I mean, yes, his serve's important, but the slice serve's so good on a grass court, and that's all he kind of hit right now is toss it out to the left and slice it. But he's backing things up. I don't think the stomach didn't look like it was hurting him on his ground strokes yesterday when he beat Taylor Fritz in that unbelievable 6 in the 5th. So, I think if anyone can do it in 2022, it's Rafa. Just think how he got out of trouble against Shapovalov and then Medvedev at the Australian and Felix. And then in that slugfest in the humidity against Zverev, it went down with the ankle strain. It seems like things are just lining up for him to just continue to battle through. So if anyone can do it, Rafa can do it.
If anybody can do it, Rafa can do it. Gigi, Pam Shriver and I will continue to watch him go through his service routine.
Thank you very much to David and to Pam Shriver back here on centre court. We know we've lost Marion because she's off to play her invitational mixed, and we will let you know how she gets on. Game points here, Tatjana Maria, who comes in off the slice, goes for the pass on Jabeur, doesn't make it, holds to 15. So Kim Kleisters, what has to be the game plan now for Tatjana Maria after what you've seen through the first 40 minutes or so?
I think she has to be a little bit more aggressive. I think there were a couple of close games early on in the set, but she just became more and more dominant because she was stepping in whenever Tatjana was hitting those slices and just moving her from side to side, coming in. So I think Tatjana is going to try to hit a few more balls. I think the last shot of the first set, we saw her kind of start that a little bit. She hit that, a backhand one-hander out wide, but she hadn't done that so far this match. So I think she's going to try to hit a few more shots, a little bit, try to do something different because everything's too predictable at the moment for Ons Jabeur.
Yep, through the middle of the court for the winner from the Tunisian, 27 years of age, the 3rd seed, but she nudged her ranking up to world number 2 just ahead of the tournament. Jabeur comes in off the slices herself off the backhand, but it goes wide. And the husband of Ons Jabeur, Karim Kamoun, who's also her fitness trainer, he looks so nervous. He's doing that thing, when you rub your thighs with your hands, because he looks...
Because you have sweaty palms.
He looks very, very nervous.
Well, it is a huge moment, right, for her, and I think she's been very vocal about where she would try to, what she would try to reach, and this is the first step, is to get to a Grand Slam final and to have it here at Wimbledon. I mean, her lives, hers and their lives, the whole team's lives have changed dramatically over the last, few months, years. But if she's capable of, who knows, maybe hold the trophy at the end, it's an amazing effort. But don't even want to bring that up because we're still only in the semi-finals, so there's still a long way to go.
There certainly is. It's now 30-all, so a little bit of pressure on the Jabeur serve in the second game of this second set. First set 6-2 Jabeur. Clips top of the net off the serve, going out to the Maria forehand. 10th appearance for Tatjana Maria here. The reach up from Ons Jabeur, who serves down the tee, a deep ball just inside the baseline. She's still on the baseline, Ons Jabeur, swinging the forehand down the line, the stretch on the backhand slice from Maria. The lob lands long, sort of rolls her eyes, Maria, and it's game point Jabeur.
40-30.
The thing is, too, with Tatjana's game, there's, this is what she does, right? She doesn't have that many other things that she can add, that she can start trying. So, I mean, there's a lot of girls who do not like to play against her because she has those slices. A lot of girls don't know how to handle it. Ons Jabeur is so talented that she can, she's saying, okay, you want to try this? Well, I'll do this all day with you if you want me to.
The backhand, it's flat, it's mid-court from Maria, who then reverts back to the slice down the line. The forehand from Ons Jabeur back up the line, the slice. It floats, it sits up, the backhand is flattened out, the Joga hits it. Jabeur, and this just tightens up a little bit at Juice. Didn't stay very quiet for very long in the Maria box.
No.
It was for a couple of points. Like, right, I'm going to sit here, I'm not going to celebrate.
I think they got the approval because they saw Tatjana kind of show a fist bump towards the box, and they used that energy to get back up.
There is so much nervous energy in that player's box. The forehand hit from Jabeur, the net found by Maria, who cannot believe it. Ball boys doing their thing, rolling the balls down to the end of on Jabeur. But how many more will she need? At game point, second game, second set, first semi-final. 22 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. Miss serve out wide. 46 minutes on the match clock. Tatjana Maria is bouncing, then slightly side on. She keeps bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. She then slices, cuts into that backhand, sits deep, the forehand into the corner from Jabeur. Jabeur comes forward off the backhand, just places it cross court and sharpens up the angle. Comes forward, volleys away Jabeur for the point, the winner, the game. 1 game all, second set. Did your husband ever double up as your fitness?
1 game all, second
No.
I just can't think of anything worse.
No.
I mean, it's working for them.
It definitely is.
I think that'd be too much
definitely
pressure on a relationship. Do 10 more burpees? No.
Yeah, exactly. Go run for an hour.
No. Start of the third game of the second set. He himself had a professional sporting career as an international fencer. Slight miss hit from
Love 15.
Maria. It drifts long and it's love 15.
It's just a thought I have in my head right now, and it's thanks, Gigi.
Oh dear me, I just couldn't do it. It'd be awful. Inside the baseline steps Jabeur, who opens up the forehand, places it back through the middle. The slice approach from Maria, who's at the net. She plays the low volley. That's going to sit up. Oh!
Out!
Oh!
Out!
Yeah. Oh no, she thinks she got it, and she's worried about the fact she didn't touch the net.
15 all.
And she didn't touch the net, but it was wide.
On Jabeur, challenge the call, left, near sideline, ball's called out.
I mean, she was so worried about not falling into the net.
Yeah. Looked like it went right, yeah.
Yeah, when
On Jabeur has 2
Really
challenges remaining.
what a year this has been for Jabeur. 35 wins, titles in Madrid and Berlin. Madrid, a Masters level title. That's a level just below a Grand Slam. Runner-up in Rome, another Masters event. Also runner-up in Charleston. And here she is in the semi-finals of Wimbledon as the world number 2. The slice up the line from Maria. The drop shot from Jabeur. Oh, there was so much slice and cut and spin on that ball. It just died as it hit the grass.
It didn't even skip through the court. It just
15-30.
kind of bounced back. So it was really tough for Tatjana, I think, who saw it a little bit late as well. So didn't start running on time, but incredible. I mean, a couple of these points that we are seeing here is just shows the talent. There's not many girls, like they make it look so easy, but there's not a lot of girls who are capable of hitting shots like they are.
I mean, the touch and the feel and the hands that you have to have. Unbelievable. 15-30, second serve. A chance here for Jabeur's inside the baseline.
Ooh, late call.
15-40. Tatjana Maria, challenge the call, right.
She doesn't look
sideline,
too
ball's called out.
confident that it's going to be overturned.
No, I think Ons Jabeur maybe knows that could have touched the line. Ooh, just low. It's funny because I'm getting some
15,
comments from people saying, "Oh, this is like what old school grass court tennis used to be like. This is so great to see this again." And
Serve out wide, break points for Jabeur. It's redirected, it's cut short, it's picked up by Jabeur. It's volleyed into the corner for the first save of the break point. And that's why we love when Ash Barty was getting to the top. That game that Barty has.
Right. People love seeing,
Tatjana Maria has
you know,
one challenge
a
remaining.
person thinking out there, right? It's not just like that one-dimensional type of tennis where it's very impressive when they're on, but it's nice to see the variety of tennis with the slices and the drop shots and then coming into the net a lot with the volleys.
Backhand from Jabeur, places it cross court. She has a second break point, it's drifted over. She's at the net, she plays the forehand down, it's missed. Jabeur cannot believe it, but from 15-40, it is juice.
Juice.
Tatjana Maria bouncing up and down less than 12 months after returning from her second maternity leave. She is here in her first Grand Slam semi-final. She And she's also the 6th woman in the open era to reach the semi-finals after her 34th birthday, achieving so much. Forehand cross-court from Jabeur. Jabeur with the forehand again, keeping it flat. Cuts under the ball off the forehand side, Maria. Maria then slices the backhand. That ball will sit up and in the backhand is placed deep down the line from Jabeur. And the lob is up and Jabeur has to run back. And she'll hit a high ball from the back of the court. But that sits up nicely for Maria to keep the ball going and find a lovely angle. And she tried to curl it back round Jabeur, but she doesn't make it. And from 15-40, it's game points.
Well, we're seeing great tennis. I mean, we have very long rallies. It's not, maybe the tennis that we've seen from, some past champions throughout, the last few years. Where there's a lot of hard hitting and everything, but it's very interesting, and there's a lot of thinking happening out here.
Game point, Maria. First serve into the net. Ballboy scurries back into position. Jabeur's inside the baseline, plays a double-hander backhand to the feet, and the flat, deep backhand from Maria, who let rip there. The forehand down the other wing from the German, who's creeping forward, but she knows she's drawn the error. She knows the ball is going wide, and that's a really good hold from Tatjana Maria. She came back from 15-40 down to hold for 2-1 on serve. Russell, early stages, second set.
And the news from the doubles semi-final on number 1 court is that having won the first set 6-3, Rajiv Ram and Joe Salisbury, the top seeds, against Matthew Ebden and Max Purcell, is going with serve in the second, with the Australian 14th seeds 6-5 in front. Wheelchair news after Alfie Hewitt beat Gordon Reed 6-4 in the decider of their quarter-final earlier today. It's Lucy Shuka's turn. She is up against Momoko Otani of Japan and finds herself 4-1 down in the early stages. And also news of the one British player to reach the girls' singles quarter-finals. Jasmine Conway has been beaten by Linda Klimovichova of the Czech Republic. Fancy that? A good young Czech player. 6-1 in the deciding set.
What is their secret in the Czech Republic with Czech women?
I don't know. I have no idea. They must have a very good youth program, right? And it starts on the bottom, so it's got to be triggered by kids. Women's tennis is very popular. Tennis in general, it's a very, very popular sport there. But I have no idea.
There's always another one.
It's amazing.
There's always another one. They're everywhere. Well, Jabeur is doing incredible things for African tennis. Really breaking boundaries, inspiring generations, making them believe that it is possible. Well, Tatjana Maria is also saying that you can have a family. As Kim proved, you can have a family, you can come back and you can compete at the top level.
Yeah.
Jabeur says she does want children, but she's happy to wait for a little bit longer. This is the service return winner from the German. Jabeur with the white headband pulled tight and the ends of it trailing down the back as the dark hair is pulled up into a half knot with the trail of the hair down her neck. She looks up, looks down. Maria side on. Maria with the visor. That's a very soft serve. The slice back into court. The slice. Oh, she went for the drop shot, Jabeur, but she misses, and the door opens a little here.
Just feels like she's being a little bit too passive again. When you look at just energy-wise, body language, you would think that Tatjana is the one that's winning this match. And that's where it's dangerous, because Ons, in the past, she's lost matches like this. Maybe not against Tatjana, but just because that energy wasn't quite there. The last shot that we saw, that drop shot that she missed, bounced before it even touched the net. So it's not, not quite feeling.
Oh, inside the baseline, Maria is just crunching these balls and eventually draws the error off the Jabeur racket and is break point for Tatjana Maria after 54 minutes played. What an opportunity. Wide stance from Maria. She's bouncing. She's on her toes. She cuts into that backhand, pushes Jabeur back, who places the off forehand. Jabeur then goes drop shot. Here comes Maria. She slices it. She kills the ball. He can't pick it up, Jabeur, and there is the break. There's the fist bump. 3-1. Tatjana Maria leads.
Some weird choices from Ons Jabeur in this game.
To 1 second set.
It's like all of a sudden that some doubt started crawling into her game, right? She was so dominant early on and
became very passive.
Yeah, a couple of holds from Tatjana Maria and just the doubt is, you can feel it when she's hitting.
You say you have to make the most of your opportunities, which is what Maria did with her first break point opportunity. She's slicing, she's cutting into that ball, and she's drawing more errors from the Tunisian's racket.
15 love.
You almost feel like it is all in the racket of Ons Jabeur, right? This match, the way that it's going to go, it depends on how she, how she's playing. And at the moment, she's making just a few many on first errors, and it gives Tatjana the confidence to kind of say like, "Hey, I'm still into this match."
Drop shot off the return. Maria read it, the pick up from Jabeur, but again, oof. A wonderful opportunity there for Maria, because again it just felt that Jabeur was just being passive and just being a little bit too casual.
Because I remember watching her, a few years ago, and she was so talented. It was fun to watch. But then she would beat a good player, and then the next match she would lose to a player who was ranked, way lower than her. And it was just a weird kind of how from one match you could play so great, and then the next match she nothing. You could see nothing from what she showed that first match, and it's been inconsistent, but.
Maria serves down the tee, the off backhand meant with a bit of venom there. She's just hitting flat, but she just snatched at that forehand, Jabeur.
30-15.
Didn't move the feet, snatched at it. 30-15, momentum shift taking place here on centre court.
I feel like this is the first time we've seen Ons playing like this at this Wimbledon so far this year.
And what a time for it to happen.
Right.
57 minutes into the semi-final, Euro set up. We were on serve, but now Maria has the break as she slices the forehand, the inside-out forehand played by Jabeur. Jabeur now slices and floats that ball cross-court. These slice very deep from Maria into the net from Ons Jabeur. Game points.
And again, a forehand miss from Ons Jabeur. Unusual to see what's happening at the moment.
Complete shift around here.
Yeah, because it's not Tatjana who's hitting winners, or it's literally Ons who's making the mistakes.
The volley from Jabeur into the open court. Really could not miss on that occasion. Came in on the short high ball.
40-30.
Cries of LA coming from the Jabeur box.
Yeah, that was her dad, her husband, not her dad.
Serve down the tee, cut back, draws the German in. Can she pass her? She slices. The pick up by Maria, the pick up from Jabeur. Oh, the touch, the hand, the skills is remarkable. And the pass, and the winner from Ons Jabeur. How do you do that? Unbelievable.
It's incredible. She has, the hands that she has are incredible. It's caused her to make some mistakes too, but this point and a point like this could be enough for her to say, okay, let's go. Like, get back into this and be a little bit more, on your toes. And what a great point.
How is it possible to possess such touch? The ball sits mid-court. Maria. Oh, she got it. What? Jabeur thought that was going long. It clips the back edge of the line. Maria waited to celebrate, and now it's game point for 4-1.
Right, it looked like it was going long. It was so high up and just had enough spin on it so that it would kind of turn itself into the court.
Game point. This is to consolidate the break and move 4-1 in the second set. Maria misses on the first serve out wide. She's been in this position a number of times through this championship, coming from a set down Tatjana Maria. Double faults.
Juice.
Tatjana kind of like touches her forehead as if to say, think. How can I make a double fault on game point?
Jabeur wide stance, bunts the backhand back mid-court. The slice cross-court from Maria, drags the Tunisian in, who plays the backhand volley, cuts it to the side, the pick-up from Maria. The ball will land in, the forehand into the net from Jabeur. There's a fist bump from Tatjana Maria, and she is back to game point.
I'm almost certain Ons was thinking, I'm going to go through my legs here or do something with that shot, but just, she has that talent to do that, but sometimes it's just easier to say, okay, I'm just going to make my opponent play another shot.
Game point. Last 8 appearances at a Grand Slam, all first-round exits for Tatjana Maria. And here she is, a win away from a Grand Slam final. Serves, drops it a little bit short. The backhand's in play. The slice cross-court from Maria. A looping, a long ball lofted by Jabeur. And there's the consolidation. They say it's not a break until it's consolidated. Well, it is now. Tatjana Maria, as you can hear there, leads by 4 games to 1. Now, wonderfully, David Law was able to track down Rafa Nadal on his practice court. We just heard you, David, having a chat with Pam Shriver. Do you still have eyes on Nadal at this stage?
Not anymore. He's just this minute left, Gigi, and he's clearly very experienced at finding the back way out, because he's managed to avoid all of us assembled media. And I saw him disappearing off into the distance down a corridor that we're not allowed access to. However, he did practice for, I reckon, about 45 minutes, nothing too intense. Meanwhile, we've got Nick Kyrgios currently down there as well, wearing his Boston Celtics vest, and he's been thrashing a few forehands and backhands too. Novak Djokovic has just come and gone. His son Stefan was practicing more intensely than anybody out here today. But at least Rafael Nadal's been out there, and he has been practicing a few serves.
Thank you very much, David. That's a really good insight into where Nadal is at. And apparently Stefan was practicing with Marion Bartley a little bit earlier, Russ.
Yeah, running rings round her, apparently. Not that she put it quite like that. Second set has just been won by Rajiv Ram and Joe Salisbury on number 1 court. Gigi on a tie-break by 7 points to 1, so they lead the men's doubles semi-final with Matt Ebden and Max Purcell by 2 sets to love.
Jabeur, 15-love, 1-4. Second set, took the first set by 6 games to 2. An hour and 2 minutes on the clock. Jabeur calls them barbecue buddies. They are very good friends, says she spoke to her this morning before the match. After Tatjana Maria won through to the semi-finals against Yulia Niemeyer, Jabeur was one of the first to congratulate her as Maria goes for the pass and misses. They are very good friends, but there is a lot at stake, and they have to be selfish out here on centre court, because the prize is a place in Saturday's Wimbledon final to face either 2019 champion Simona Halep or Elena Rybakina from Kazakhstan in her first Grand Slam semi-final. Full commentary of that match to come. It follows this. Jabeur at 30-love serves down the tee, runs around the backhand, plays the forehand. Maria's on the forehand side, dropping it middle of the court, flattened out cross court. More on that from Jabeur, and it draws the error, and she moves to game points.
40-love.
And that will feel good for her to be up 40-love in this game, because the last couple of games were probably the worst games that she's played this tournament, I would say. So it's kind of good to get back into it, kind of get an easier service game, put a little bit more pressure on your opponent.
To this point, Jabeur's dropped 1 set through 5 rounds, and that was in the previous round to Marie Bushkova.
40-50.
The wind has picked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Still got the sunshine. Glorious weather in the final few days of this year's championships. Jabeur is brought forward. She drops it. Oh, it's just the touch. She literally just feathered it over the net, dropped it over the other side, and that's a comfortable hold to 15.
Maria leads 4 games to 2. Second
Yeah,
set.
so we'll see if she's able to put some pressure on Tatjana Maria's service game here. Sometimes you forget, right, how confident you were in towards the last few games of that first set, how dominant you were playing, because you're in that moment and you feel like, okay, I'm down a break and not maybe feeling the ball the way I would like it.
Maria with the forehand whips it back into the corner. Jabeur is there with a deeper forehand of her own, and when you hear those cries of allez, 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 you know it's aimed towards Ons Jabeur, but Maria will challenge this. Hawkeye on the big screens. The players are watching. Ball was good.
Love 15. Tatjana Maria has no challenges remaining.
Now that could become significant. She would get another challenge if they ended up going to a tie-break, but as things stand, she's all out of challenges. Tatjana Maria looking down. She's the German number 4. Remember, there are no points at this year's Wimbledon, so nothing will change in terms of her ranking. But for reaching the semi-final, the the check is £535,000 as she comes forward with a forehand volley, cuts it cross court for the winner.
30-15.
Tatjana Maria has great volleys. You can tell she feels very comfortable at the net, right? Uses it as a part to be a little bit more aggressive out there.
She's at the net. Oh, she's passed.
All.
There's Allays from Tatjana's box being shouted out on center court. Allays from Ons box.
Who can shout the loudest? 30-all. Maria serves down the tee. The backhand stretch will not find the court. Good serve, good placement from the German.
40-30.
To the feet, the ball boy scurrying back into position behind Tatjana Maria. Slightly taller of the two, a couple of inches taller at 5'8". Misses the first serve out wide. Takes the ball from the shorts she's wearing under the skirt on the left-hand side. Cuts it down the tee. Inside the baseline, it's a deep return from Jabeur. Jabeur's in the middle of the court and hits the forehand now. Stands on the service line, comes forward and crunches that ball away. Finds the back edge of the baseline. The lob from Maria. The smash deep again from Jabeur. Jabeur has to step back. She's now back at the baseline. She was right up at the net. And then there's the error from Ons Jabeur, who slaps her thigh. And there is a fist pump to Tatjana Maria's camp. And as Kim Kleiss has rightly said, when she does that, the box are allowed to all stand on their feet and roar as much as they want.
5 games to 2 second sets. First set, Jabeur.
Because there's confirmation. She is now, Tatjana Maria, a game away from once again, Kim, at these Wimbledon Championships, going the distance.
She is. You can feel that Ons Jabeur, her forehand, especially her forehand, is the shot that she's just playing. There's just tightness in her arm. She's just not letting that arm flow. We saw it in the smash that she tried to, or she hit a couple of smashes in the last point, and it was just all a little bit just more cramped and tighter. There's not that free kind of hitting anymore. And you know, Tatjana is a great defender. She moves really well out there, and so you can expect a ball to come back every time. And if you're not feeling great and confident, that extra ball might be the one that makes you doubt that little bit extra, and then you go for, you know, you make a mistake or so. Yeah, amazing how this match has shifted.
And I'm not saying she is, but have you been in a situation when you've been out there looking good, felt it's on your racket, and you've started to think to the finish line and what's next? Or does that not happen?
I think when I was younger, that definitely happened, where you start to think about things that you should not be thinking about. And, you know, it's a lot easier said than done, right? Did you stay in the moment? But unfortunately, when you're in a situation like this, I remember back in the day that, you know, where I was getting closer to winning a tournament, and then you see them like having the trophy, they're getting ready for the ceremony and things like that.
Oh, I'd hate
but
that.
You don't. Oh, yeah.
Drop shot, Jabeur, cut down the line from Maria. The pass. She will at least want to ask the question of Tatjana Maria by holding serve here.
30 love.
She would, and that's the only thing that she can do at the moment. She knows she's not playing her best tennis, but you know, she'll make sure that Tatjana has to win this set and try not to give her too many easy mistakes. Try to win her own service game so that Tatjana has to serve it out.
30-15.
Double fault.
Yeah, just way too many on forced errors this set from Ons Jabeur. Just having a quick look up, as if to say, okay, the sun is in my eyes.
Missed serve down the tee. Ball girl back into position. Jabeur is ready. Tatjana Maria is on her toes. She's bouncing. She's on the baseline. She has to lunge into that backhand ball. The drop shot from Jabeur draws the German in, who redrops and wins the point. She says, you can do that. I can do that.
Right.
30 all.
Two points from the set now, Tatjana Maria on the Jabeur serve. And if she breaks here, she would start serving in the deciding set.
88-mile-per-hour serve from Ons Jabeur that she hit long.
Serve down the tee, the slice, return, the flat off forehand from Jabeur. Jabeur, the double-hander backhand, again flat and deep. The pick up down the line and deep from Maria. Cross-court and shorter from Jabeur. The slice from Maria. The net found by Ons Jabeur. And would you believe it, after an hour and 10 minutes, it is set point Maria off the serve of Ons Jabeur.
The amount of unforced errors that Ons Jabeur has made with her forehand, it's incredible, and it's all also because of the way that Tatjana is making her doubt. Right? It's not she's not making her like hitting a lot of winners, but she's making her doubt.
Set point. On Jabeur with the forehand. She goes down the tee. It's picked up on the backhand side. The volley is popped away. She goes back behind Maria. Straightforward finish in the end. Weaved her way forward and saved set point. Jabeur on the baseline is ready. 4 of the 5 matches that Tatjana Maria has contested here, and then of course the last 10 days have gone the distance. Can she take this one the distance as well? It's replaced in the final. It's a high ball. She has to run back, Jabeur. It lands in. The forehand is in play. Cross court brings the German in, who acts some pace on that. Clips top the line from Jabeur. That will drift long. And an apology from On Jabeur for the net court.
Advantage, Jabeur.
I mean, she let rip on the forehand there, Maria. Game point. From set point down to game point up. Jabeur serves down the tee. Back through the middle of the court. The forehand. Well, you could hear it in the intake of breath from Kim Kleisters there.
Another forehand unforced error where Ons is, this one was long. And she's missed a lot against the tape of the net, but just not confident with that slice from Tatjana Maria going into her forehand, because she knows she has to be aggressive, but she just doesn't feel the confidence at the moment.
It's amazing how the ebbs and flows in a match, how you can feel confident, how you can suddenly lose it. She drops the second serve short, Jabeur. It's due. She goes onto the angle. The squash shot is long from Maria, and it's game point once again. It's incredible, the ebbs and flows of a tennis match. You're up, you're down, you're confident, you're not confident.
Yep.
You're passive, you're aggressive. Game point, 2-5. Deep serve, block back, forehand flicked deep into the corner. A bit more on that forehand, the drop shot, which was all sorts of wrong from Jabeur behind the baseline, and the game continues.
Cheers.
So I commentated, these last 10 days on a few of her matches already, and just her footwork. It's like she's a little bit lazier out there today, just not as energetic.
Is that nerves? Is that the occasion?
I don't know if it's the type of game of Tatjana that's making her kind of feel like I have enough time, so that she's maybe too passive.
Game point, serve down the tee. The forehand's in play. The forehand down the line from Jabeur. Jabeur takes on the backhand and she slices, floats it over. Oh, it dies, but it's picked up by Maria, and it's scooped up by Jabeur, and the volley there from Maria, and the pick-up from Jabeur is exceptional. What a way to win a point, to win the game, to hold serve, and to ask the question of Tatjana Maria, who'll now serve for it at 5-3.
It was an incredible rally, and Tatjana did everything right. Great net play, draw. She drew Ons Jabeur into the net, but she has such great hands and was able to come up with a winner passing shot angle. Again, almost Roger Federer-like, right?
It's incredible, isn't it? Just the hand skills, the touch.
Yeah. She already knows what she'll do with it as soon as she's running on, towards that ball.
Oh, Tatjana Maria forgot to show her new ball to Ons Jabeur. She has now, and she is 4 points from taking us to a deciding set.
And I feel like that's where Ons has improved a lot over the last year, 2 years. Like every shot that she hits, she has so many options.
Forehand heavy from Maria. She plays the high volley. The backhand is into the net, and she's 3 points from the set.
Right, and I feel like there's a sense of maturity has come into her game, where she's like keeping it simple and keeping the trick shots for, to surprise the opponent. And I feel like the game of Tatjana today has kind of made her fall back into old habits and falling back into those routines of kind of making wrong decisions. And but when she's on, it's incredible. Return miss, second serve from Tatjana Maria. In the first set, on a situation like this, she would step in and she was a little bit more aggressive.
30 love, 5-3. Tatjana Maria, 34 years of age. Mother of 2, still full-time on tour. Husband's also her coach. It's a real family affair. than Maria's on tour. Serve out wide. It's cut back with a deep slice, but it returns that slice with interest, Maria, into the net. The head is, she just hangs her head on Jabeur, because after an hour and 15 minutes, 3 set points for Tatjana Maria.
Incredible. I think after that first set, I don't think anybody would have expected this match to turn so quickly.
Set point for Maria, who reaches up now, not happy with the ball toss. Resets, restarts, up it goes, down it goes. Oh, she misses.
Definitely went for the ace.
Oh boy. Second serve, it's 40 love, serves deep again. The slice is back, the slice on the backhand for Maria, the forehand into the corner. Oh, she finds it on Jabeur.
40-15.
It's been a while since she hit the forehand winner.
Set point number 2. Tatjana Maria awaits and serves out wide. It's blocked back. It pushes the German back, who hits her forehand but drops that a bit short. The forehand cross-court from Jabeur. Jabeur runs around the backhand and goes inside in to the slice that goes cross-court. Low ball forehand over the net from Jabeur. Jabeur with the backhand. She cuts. And she drop shot. She nets it. And we're going the distance in this first semi-final. What a shift in momentum. Incredible out here on centre court. But Tatjana Maria fights on. Once again, she will go the distance. Can she get the win? The prize at stake, Kim Clijsters, is a place in the Wimbledon final, and we are locked at a set apiece.
Yeah, amazing how this match has turned around and how Tatjana is not doing that much different than the first set. It's all Ons Jabeur, who's kind of dropped her level and is making a lot more mistakes, and you can just tell that there's a little bit of doubt that's crawled into her game, and so it's going to be very important for her to start this third set off well, because otherwise this match could kind of fall all into the hands of Tatjana. But amazing to see how somebody who should be the more dominant player out here is that's what tennis does sometimes to you, right? It's the doubts and it's the mind games that are played out there that can sometimes take over.
Who's going to win the mind games? Who's going to hold their nerve in this deciding set? Well, before it gets underway, we know that Wimbledon is packed full of legends. We have one with us here in Kim Clijsters. Also here is Martina Hingis, who won the title Wimbledon 1997, and she is a big Ons Jabeur fan.
She's great fun to watch because she's got all the shots in the booklet. So I think she's very unpredictable and playing great drop shots. I love to watch her.
But she's been playing like that for a long time without winning big. What's different this year, do you think?
Funny, I saw her in the locker room the other day, and she said, you want to hit for 10 minutes? Because when she was a junior at the French Open, I warmed her up, and she beat Garcia in the final. So I'm like, okay, wait for the final. So, no, she always had it, but it just took her longer. Players like that who have everything, it takes maybe sometimes a little longer. But I told her the same thing. Where have you been? Like, what have you done all these years, right? But now finally she was able to put it all together, and she plays great tennis.
She certainly does. Martina Hingis on Ons Jabeur. So one set to decide the first singles finalist at Wimbledon 2020. Will it be Tatjana Maria or Ons Jabeur? Well, you'll be listening to it in the company of Kim Clijsters and Russell Fuller.
And can we have a virtual round of applause for both players? Because neither has taken a bathroom break at the end of the second set. Straight on with the action. Isn't it wonderful to see?
Nice and refreshing.
Jabeur serving first in this deciding set after Maria won the second set by 6-3, and the lob from the German player, the world number 103, is just a little bit too long for this centre court baseline. So Jabeur to 30 love. Royal box end, serving into the net.
Ooh. The ball boy just slipped in front of Ons Jabeur.
That could have been very embarrassing with the television cameras broadcasting these pictures around the world. A sliced backhand from Jabeur, who comes to the net, and it's just wide with the backhand from Maria.
Very important game to win for Ons Jabeur here. Definitely had some time to reflect during the changeover.
It's been a rather torturous experience for her so far, but she still in with a terrific chance of becoming a Grand Slam finalist for the first time in her 21st Grand Slam. Backhand slice hit by Maria cross-court. The backhand slice by Jabeur. Backhand very short and down the line from Maria. More power on this approach from Jabeur, who leaps off the ground and hits that backhand cross-court for the winner. And with some style, just continues with her follow-through and trots a few paces of the chair to get some water on board after the first game of the deciding set. 1 hour and 20 minutes played in this semi-final. 6-2, Jabeur won the first set. 6-3, Maria took the second set. The winner will play either Elena Rybakina or Simona Halep, who will play their semi-final a little bit later this afternoon on centre court, and that will be followed by the mixed doubles final. Neil Skupski and Desiree Kravchik trying to win the title for the second year in a row against Matthew Ebden and Sam Stosur of Australia. Blocked back on the forehand return by Jabeur. A forehand from the Tunisian with too much air and long as she goes down the line. And do you like this change of tradition, Kim? The mixed doubles final traditionally was the final event of Wimbledon. No more. It will be the women's doubles final instead on Sunday.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a nice change up. There have been a few changes kind of on the grounds, and also for us on the Legends Tour, there's some mixed doubles added onto the schedule. So yeah, some nice changes.
That was a forehand long from Maria, so 15 all here. The main thinking was that 3 finals on centre court on Saturday was taking too long, and the 11 o'clock curfew was in danger of being busted a couple of times in recent years. Double fault by Maria, so 15-30 down. And so now there's a women's singles and a men's doubles final, and then it's the reverse on the Sunday with the men's singles and the women's doubles. So in theory, spectators get the same number of sets. They finish at a more sociable time of the evening on the Saturday, and the mixed doubles final has quite an important platform after the 2 women's semi-finals on the Thursday afternoon. Second serve, Maria. 15-30 down on serve here. Slice backhand down the line. Forehand cross-court from Jabeur. Jabeur down the line and missing with the forehand.
And Jabeur has really struggled with that forehand, where she has to come in and kind of do a little bit more with the ball. And I think so far she's missed more into the net, but the last few games she's missed them when they were going out.
30 all. Our chair umpire Richard Haig making that call just a fractionally faster than the line judge. "28 unforced errors from Jabeur. 22 from Maria, but Jabeur's hit significantly more winners. Forehand cross-court, slice forehand into the net, Maria. So a break point now for Jabeur to try and open up an advantage in this deciding set of the semi-final.
Can you also see the unforced errors?
Yes, the winner to unforced error ratio. Come back to it in a moment, because this is break point. It's a slice backhand and an approach to the net by Maria, and she's passed. She's picked off very easily by Jabeur, who's gone cross-court with a forehand. That is winner number 31 for Jabeur against 28 unforced errors. Tatjana Maria, 12 winners and 23 unforced errors so far.
So a good start from Ons Jabeur, up 2-0.
Immediately challenging there.
Right service line, the ball's gone out.
It's the challenge of a confident woman, but let's see whether that confidence is misplaced.
It looked out, didn't it?
I think so.
Long. Looks like Hawkeye was surprised there was going to be a challenge.
Her confidence was spectacularly misplaced. Yeah, Hawkeye's thinking, why are you bothering me with that? Forehand cross-court to the back of the court by Jabeur, and a nice forehand volley. She was stretched out to her forehand side. It was a decent passing attempt by Maria, but Jabeur made that look reassuringly comfortable. If you're a fan listening to us perhaps in Tunisia, or you're supporting the woman from North Africa, the first Arab player in a Grand Slam singles semi-final. She serves at 15-love. A miscued return by Maria is long.
Now we're having a feel for the way that kind of first set went a little bit. Started off with a close game, but Ons Jabeur pretty quickly leading in that first set.
Yeah, it took her a while to get going. She's made a faster start here. That's a forehand that's not coming back by Jabeur. And these are 3 game points.
Just a little bit more aggressive. The shots are falling a little bit deeper into the court. Her feet are moving better.
2-love, 40-love. Good serve, high backhand return. The volley from Jabeur. Punch back to the backhand of Maria. And she finds the pass.
It was the right play from Ons Jabeur. Just hit the volley
40-15
into the racket, into the corner where Tatjana Maria was still standing. And she hit the winner with the one-handed backhand.
Right into a hitting zone. A sliced forehand which bounces a couple of times before the net as Maria stumbles slightly. So Jabeur has won 12 of the first 15 points of this deciding set, which is exactly what she needed to do. Ideally, Gigi, this does not want to get tight if you're the world number 2, playing a player at 103 in the rankings. You want to take all the tension out of the occasion if you possibly can.
Yeah, you certainly do. Elsewhere, because we're keeping an eye on what's going on, the quarterfinals of the wheelchair singles, Lucy Shuka is a set down to Momoko Otani. It is on serve, Shuka 2-3 in the second set. Keeping up to date, last we heard from Russ, Ram and Salisbury were 2 sets up on Ebden Purcell. I can tell you that Ebden Purcell, who the Australian player, the 14 seeds, have a break and they're serving at 3-2. And for Matt Ebden, it's going to be a busy day because a little bit later, he teams up with Sam Stosur for the mixed doubles, and they face Neil Skupski and Azeri Krajcek, who are looking to defend their title.
We weren't actually meant to play with each other this year.
Again.
And somehow it's worked out again, and we're excited to play another final. It's going to be a fun event. Hopefully we get a nice British crowd. I mean, we've got the ladies on before us, 2 great matches, and then hopefully we can round it up with a good performance, and hopefully we can defend our title.
Desiree, if the crowd though was absolutely full to the rafters and absolutely bouncing for the Brit, how would that make you feel here? You know?
Oh, it's awesome. It's being a doubles player. You don't get that many fans sometimes, so I think we really appreciate it and we thrive in it.
Okay, so just a quick message for anyone who maybe does have tickets tomorrow that you want to come out and give you a good cheer. Quick message directly to them.
Have a couple Pims and just start yelling.
Not 15.
Well, it sounds like a good idea, and after a couple of semi-finals, they might have had more than a couple of Pims, Russ.
Every chance, I would have thought. Good advice generally in life, that. Tatjana Maria miscuing a backhand, so she's love 15 down. Jabeur has won the first 3 games of the deciding set. Forehand down the line, Maria, and her volley is reached by Jabeur, who leaps into the air spectacularly, having got racket to the ball, but having realised that forehand wasn't going to clear the net. These 2 players still playing at a wonderful pace. The crowd was still chatting at the change of ends. They came out and they started their rally, and eventually after a couple of shots, a lot of people were saying, shh, shh, shh. They're playing. They seem to be in their own little world, and it's wonderful to see them playing at such a pace. Passing chance, Jabeur. Maria has missed the volley. She falls to her knees and she thumps the centre court grass.
15-30.
It's important for Ons Jabeur now to she's up 3-0. You kind of feel that she starts to play around a little bit more. There's like it's kind of like she loses that intention a little bit. So she just has to make sure that she stays very focused and aggressive out there, so she doesn't let Tatjana Maria into a situation where she feels like she has a chance to get back into the set.
Good serve that from Maria. The backhand Jabeur didn't know too much about. It went high, it landed wide, so 30 all. Backhand reply from Jabeur. Now the forehand from Jabeur, the backhand volley Maria. Jabeur cross court and again producing one of those lovely angles. Backhand winner and a break point now for a 4-love lead in the deciding set of the semi.
30-40.
Great passing shot. It was a good point from Tatjana Maria, did everything right, but Ons Jabeur was just able to come up with the better shot at the end.
Here's the break point, and it will come on a second serve for 27-year-old Jabeur. Forehand return from her. Maria with the forehand down the centre. Jabeur cross-court forehand. Maria slicing her forehand. Jabeur inside the baseline. Slice forehand again by Maria from one corner of the court to the other. Cross-court with the forehand. Backhand cross-court from Jabeur. Slice backhand Maria. Ball landing and keeping very low. Jabeur chasing down the drop shot. Maria with the lob. Jabeur having to run back and she cannot control the smash. That was wonderful from Maria.
Yep, very well dictated point. We saw a lot of forehand slices, but she was able to draw on Jabeur into the court with a backhand drop shot and lobbed her.
90 minutes played. Back to Juice. Maria knows how important it is to avoid going a double breakdown in this deciding set to the world number 2, who has been growing in confidence over the course of this third set. Jabeur's won her last 10 matches. She won the title in Berlin just before Wimbledon. Had a week off, sort of, went to play doubles with Serena Williams in Eastbourne. Backhand Jabeur, backhand punch volley by Maria. The volley cross-court by Jabeur. Now the smash from Maria, which is just out of harm's reach, and Tatjana Maria is coming alive again, just in the nick of time, perhaps.
We're seeing real
Advantage, Maria.
Real grass court tennis here. Both girls coming to the net a lot, not shy of, you know, using that slice, the drop shots, drawing the players in. It's fun to watch.
Forehand punch back by Jabeur. The drop shot by Maria. The backhand to the back of the court by Jabeur, who should put this smash away. As if you were a tennis fan who'd been cryogenically frozen for 50 years and suddenly came back to life, you'd think,
right.
Oh, little has changed in the world.
Right, right. It's nice to watch a match where you kind of don't know what's going to happen with their shots, right? It's a lot of players have that kind of same, you know, one option, kind of hit as hard as I can and try to keep the pressure on my opponent. And this is really nice to see is, you know, they're both great movers out there, but great thinkers, and they have that variety in their game.
Onto the service line with that serve, Maria. Jabeur still looking at the court in desperation. Maria makes no mistake with a forehand down the line.
I have the luxury to play with Martina Hingis here in Legends. And that's, let me tell you, she's also, you know, a player that I used to watch when she was just coming on as a young teenager on tour.
Advantage, Maria. Misses the first serve.
Yeah, fun to watch.
Backhand, hit cross-court by Jabeur. It's a winner. Back to Juice. She still has designs on a 4-love lead in this deciding set. Are you two a little bit too good to be playing together? I did see a 6-love set scoreline the other day.
I know. That was
not necessarily in the spirit of the event, is it?
I know it's not, but we were talking about this. We were talking about it as well, and it's not easy to, you know, when you're playing to.
Just wide with the passing attempt, Maria. Nice approach, sliced approach by Jabeur, who has a break point.
Our opponents in that match kind of were making a lot of errors, and we were like, yeah, we know we need to kind of let them get into this match a little bit so that we can give the crowd a fun match to watch, but it wasn't easy.
Break point number 2 for Jabeur. Blocks her forehand back to the Tatjana Maria forehand. Backhand from Jabeur and a shanked smash from Maria. Jabeur does well to avoid that because it was tracking towards her, and the worst possible time to shank a smash. And Jabeur leads by 4 games to love in this deciding set of the semi-final. Marion Bartley already a break-up with Nenad Zimonjić against Goran Ivanisevic and Mary Pierce. 2-1 in the first set of the Invitational Mixed Doubles. Mary Pierce, very unprofessionally, was sipping cocktails at the chief executive's cocktail party last night. So was I. Well, a Pimm's, if that counts as a cocktail.
That's right. That's a cocktail, no?
I think so, just about. Forehand. Hit by Jabeur. 2 games away from the Wimbledon final. Slice backhand Maria. Jabeur with a forehand. It's a winner.
Even though Tatjana is down 4-0, it's, you know, it's not like she's doing anything different really, right? She's played this a very consistent match and just stuck to what she does best and that to her game style. But it's on Jabeur, who's gone through, you know, through different emotions, a little bit different levels of tennis, but has really stepped up at the start of this third set.
Service winner to move to 30 love. First serve into the net there, but absolutely she has. She has found this very, very difficult, this first Grand Slam semi-final experience on Jabeur, but she looks a heavy favourite to come out on the winning side now as Maria puts a backhand into the net. And it's 4 love, 40 love to Ons Jabeur.
And if the women's finals would be played tomorrow, let's say if you were playing a normal tournament, you would make yourself go out to the practice court and hit a few more balls, even if it's just for half an hour. Just hit a lot of balls to try to get that tension out of your arm and get a good feel for it again, because she's not stepping off the court with a lot of confidence after this match.
3 game points for Jabeur. Double fault.
40-15.
A Wimbledon quarter-finalist last year. She lost to Arina Sabalenka at that stage. At least a Wimbledon semi-finalist this year, and it looks very likely she's going to go a round further. Second serve, 2 game points. Forehand from Maria, really going after that. The forehand by Jabeur. Backhand from Jabeur down the line. Good crisp hitting from the Tunisian. Forehand cross-court. Forehand down the line, Jabeur approaching the net. Can she put away the volley? She plays a drop volley. Maria's there, but makes a mess of it. Wide with the forehand she goes. And Ons Jabeur holds. And it's 5 love. And Gigi, she's done exactly what she needed to do in this deciding set.
Yeah, she certainly has. Following this semi-final will be Simona Halep against Elena Rybakina. We'll have commentary of that. Lucy Schuker has suffered defeat at the quarter-final stage of the wheelchair singles. Momoko Otani winning in straight sets 6-2, 6-2. And Raman Salisbury have a break-back point on the serve of Ebden and Purcell. The Aussies currently lead 4-3 with a break in the third. It's now 4-all. So there we go. They got the break back, and Raman Salisbury lead by 2 sets to love. If you're just joining us, you want to know about Nadal and what's happened. He practiced today. Now, Nadal's practice lasted for 44 minutes. He hit with Marc Lopez, who since he retired has become a member of Nadal's team. They hit for 33 minutes with an 11-minute break, and we've been told that he has a 7mm tear in his ab. He was practicing some serves while he was out there. There are still question marks around him about the fitness. Will he be able to take the court? Like a lot of people thinking, as he's practiced today, he will. And Russell, our producer, told me, Sally, that Pimm's is not a cocktail.
No, I wasn't convinced myself.
Make it into a cocktail,
then what is
but
it?
it is not. It's a drink. Just a drink. You can put it with other things to make it a cocktail. It's a gin liqueur.
Okay.
Love 5. Tatjana Maria is serving to stay in the semi-final. She'll win the first point by putting away the forehand volley. It was the only thing resembling a cocktail that was served at an event that is billed as a cocktail party, because otherwise it was wine and beer.
Listen, I'm definitely not an alcohol connoisseur, or however you want to call it, so thanks for the
15 love.
information.
Maria leads, hitting a forehand to the forehand cross-court of Jabeur. Good hitting on the forehand by Maria. Terrific defense from Jabeur, who tries to hit the volley for the back of the court, and that's a smart backhand cross-court volley winner in response by her good friend Tatjana Maria.
I'm just looking over to the box of Tatjana Maria. We have, I guess it's a friend of the husband or somebody who definitely has had an impact on her tennis career, just telling her to get a little bit more energetic. But easier said than done when you're down 5-0 in the third.
To a player who's had so much success on the tour over the past 18 months. Drop shot service returned by Jabeur, and she's missed her volley there by some way. Again, she's blaming somebody in the box, as players tend to do at moments like this. But from the net, that backhand cross-court dinked volley landed a long, long way out.
Right, she tried to do too much with it, right? She wants to have it be really sharp and close to the baseline, whereas to the sideline, or just into the court would have been enough.
40 love, 3 game points for Maria, and a fabulous forehand service return winner from Jabeur.
40-15.
She's won 2 titles this year. She won in Berlin, that's why she's on a 10-match winning streak, and she also won the title in Madrid. One of the big events on the WTA Tour, creating another first for an Arab woman, an African woman. The forehand is wide by Jabeur. She is still being kept at arm's length from the Wimbledon final, but now she will have a chance to serve for a place in Sunday's championship match.
Tatjana Maria jumping around as if to say, okay, bring it on. You may be close to victory, but I'm not giving up.
Ace. No, Mr. Richard Haig is calling that one out.
Look long.
Here's the Hawkeye challenge from Jabeur, and as Kim says, it was long. Second serve, 5-1 up deciding set, Wimbledon semi-final. Ons Jabeur, 4 points away from the final. Forehand by Tatjana Maria, this 34-year-old mother of 2. She's on the defensive. The volley by Jabeur's a winner.
$15 love. Ons Jabeur has 1 challenge remaining.
It was a great combination from Ons Jabeur opening up the court into Tatjana Maria's forehand. And then sneaking into the net.
15 love, down the tee she goes with this first serve. Great return by Maria, who's really got nothing to lose at this stage. Backhand Jabeur, Maria forced back behind the baseline and goes long on the forehand.
30 love.
It's 1 hour and 42 minutes.
Tatjana trying to hit her forehands a little bit more this game. Not using that slice every shot. But you can tell it's just not her natural go-to kind of shot that she wants to play.
Slice backhand and an approach to the net, which ends with a volley punched into the net by Tatjana Maria. And I hope she's savoured every single one of these minutes on centre court. It's been an extraordinary run for her. But she now looks down the opposite end of the court to a good friend, Ons Jabeur, and it's the Tunisian with 3 match points for a place in a first Grand Slam final, Saturday afternoon's Wimbledon final. Second serve, backhand reply with slice by Maria. Backhand down the line from Jabeur, Maria's forehand. Jabeur with the backhand, Maria's slice backhand, which will land in, and Jabeur has missed as she goes cross-court with the forehand. Well, she was pushing it to the absolute limit there, Maria, but she has saved the first of 3 match points. Match point number 2 for Ons Jabeur. First serve into the net. Second serve, forehand into the net from Maria.
Game, set a match, Jabeur. 2 sets to 1, 6-2, 3-6, 6-1.
Ons Jabeur with a huge smile on her face. No great celebration, walks forward, embraces her good friend, Tatjana Maria. She is into the Wimbledon final. It's a very significant day for Tunisia, for Africa, and for the Arab world. She's won the decider by 6 games to 1.
Oh, that's nice.
And after the embrace, she wants Tatjana Maria to receive a greater ovation from this centre court crowd. She's dragging her back out into the middle of centre court so that 15,000 people can applaud the achievement of this 34-year-old, a mother of 2, the first mother of 2 to reach the Wimbledon semi-final since Margaret Court in 1975, and she was very competitive for much of the match. Ons Jabeur struggled with the occasion, struggled with the game of Tatjana Maria, but in the end it was pretty decisive. That third set won by 6 games to 1.
And she will be the first African woman and Arab player in the open era to contest a slam final. The applause you hear is for Tatjana Maria, being applauded by Kim Clijsters in the box. What a tournament it's been. The check for $535,000 £100,000 she will take away with her, including the fact that she is a Grand Slam semi-finalist. Very shortly we'll hear from Ons Jabeur, just chatting with a friend who's covered her for years and who remembers doing an interview with her in 2012 on Jabeur when she was trying to finish the year in the top 250. She is now the world number 2. She is now a Grand Slam finalist and will be contesting the Wimbledon final on Saturday. And I think the biggest hug was between her coach Issam Jalali and her husband Kareem Kamoun. They were hugging for a good 2 or 3 minutes once the match was done and Ons Jabeur had won. She'll bring her stuff up to the microphone, dump it all on the floor, big smile on her face, bottle of water in her right hand, taking a quick last-minute drink before she addresses the crowd. Ons Jabeur, Wimbledon finalist, speaking to Lee McKenzie.
Ons, huge congratulations. You are through to the finals of Wimbledon. How good does that sound?
I really don't know what to say. It's a dream coming true, you know, from years and years of work and sacrifice. So I'm really happy that it's paying off, and I continue for one more match now.
I said to you after your last match that this was going to be a tricky one because you and Tatjana are such great friends. You know her family, her children, you spend time together. The scenes at the end were just beautiful to see, but how difficult was it to put that friendship to one side and just be rivals and get to your first Grand Slam final? Because it was the same story for both of you.
I think it was more difficult running for her balls, you know. She killed me, and she has to make me a barbecue now to make up for all the running that I did on the court. I mean, I definitely wanted to share the moment with her at the end because she's such an inspiration for so many players, and including me. Coming back after having 2 babies, I still can't believe how she did it, but...
And what pleases you most, Ons, about how you're playing at the moment, because your level has been so intense throughout the entire championships?
Physically, I mean, she's really a beast, you know. She doesn't give up any point, and she made me run for a lot of points. I thought she would get tired, you know, through the mat, but she didn't, even with the drop shot, with everything, you know, and, you know, her touch, her serve, everything on the court is really impressive. I hope she continue playing this way, you know. I love to see Tatjana glowing like this on the court, and let's not play again, you know. I'm good for now.
And just before I let you go, you talked about Tatjana being an inspiration, but you are very much an inspiration yourself. Try and put into context what this means, not only for you, but for Tunisia. You're the first African woman to get to a final of a Grand Slam. This is a big moment.
I'm a proud Tunisian woman standing here today, and I know in Tunisia they're going crazy right now. Hopefully, you know, just, yeah. I just try to inspire really as much as I can, you know. I want to see more and more, not just Tunisian, Arab, African players on tour. I just love the game, and I want to share, you know, this experience with them. I see the juniors playing here, under 14. I saw some players, and I hope they really grow up and be here, play here on the center court.
We are a wonderful role model, a wonderful tennis player. Ladies and gentlemen, our Wimbledon finalist, Ons Jabeur.
6-2, 3-6, 6-1. Ons Jabeur through to the Wimbledon final. I'm not sure where they hot-footed it to, but her husband and coach were out of that box as soon as they'd finished cuddling each other. So they were not there for that speech. They'll be waiting to give her a big old hug once she's probably signed an awful lot of autographs, which she tends to do. But Kim Kleist says she continues to break barriers. She talked about the hard work, the success, what she's had to fight through. She is such a role model and playing this wonderful style of play of tennis.
She does, and I think being in that situation, right, where you carry a type of pressure that goes so far beyond, just the sport, right, and the things that come with playing tennis, is I think she has the personality to be able to do that, right? It's not like it's going to overwhelm her. It's not like it's going to kind of change who she is, right? She's a very confident person, and I love that she's so open in explaining and what she would like to do in the future for African tennis and especially also in Tunisia. So it's I think she's also a little bit older. She's gone through a few years of experience, and it's not like it's out of nowhere all of a sudden that this gets added onto her road to stardom, right? It's fun to watch, and her tennis is growing with it, and for her to be in her first Wimbledon final is incredible. And I don't think she's going to be happy with the consistency that she showed this match, but was able to step up when she had to, and she definitely did that in the third set.
She certainly did. It's a wonderful story, isn't it, Russ? Ons Jabeur just making her way through the rankings, just standing up for herself, for other people, to show them that they too can achieve what she is currently achieving.
It's hard for players from many, many countries to have role models to follow, to have the facilities in their countries that facilitate a professional tennis career, and Ons Jabeur is very much in that category. She has worked her way through. She has been frustrated at a lack of progress since her junior days. She's stuck to her style of playing. Coaches, as we've discussed in the past, have told her many, many times to stop using the drop shot, but she's stuck to her guns, and now she's become one of the world's leading players. And she's very proud to create all these firsts, whether it is for Tunisia, whether it is for Africa, whether it is for the Arab world. And because she plays the game with such style, people love watching her. What I think will be really interesting now is whatever happens in the final against Simona Halep or Elena Rybakina, she was very nervous out there, wasn't she? Wasn't able to play her best tennis. Whether this will give her now the confidence and the self-belief to go out there and become somebody who is a regular contender for Grand Slam titles on all surfaces for perhaps another 5 or 6 years.
Russell Fuller, Kim Clijsters, thank you very much. It was a pleasure enjoying that semi-final in your company.